Where are you reading this story today? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know what you'd do in my place. Every morning, I rise at 5 a.m., savoring the rare quiet before the chaos of the day begins. The aroma of brewing coffee fills the kitchen, mingling with the sizzle of pancakes on the griddle. As I flip them, golden and bubbling, I reflect on the life we've built, me and my 5 children, a family forged in resilience after my wife walked out 10 years ago. Raising them alone wasn't easy, but every laugh, every shared glance at the breakfast table, fills the void she left behind. Today, I'm sharing the story of how her unexpected return tested our bond, and how my children's discovery of what I'd been working toward for a decade left them speechless. Asterisk. The house is still as I sip my coffee, the only sound the faint ticking of the kitchen clock. Dawn hasn't yet broken, and the world feels like it's holding its breath. I'm Daniel, a single father of 5, and this quiet hour is my sanctuary before the whirlwind of parenting begins. My youngest, Lily, is 9 now, her boundless energy a constant reminder of how fast time slips by. Then there's Ethan, my eldest at 17, who's grown into a pillar of strength, and the 3 in between, Sophie, Noah, and Ava, each with their own quirks and dreams. 10 years ago, when my wife, Claire, left without a word, I was thrust into a role I never imagined: mother, father, provider, and protector, all at once. I didn't have time to grieve, my children needed me, and so I carried on. Dad, I can't find my homework. Lily's voice pierces the morning calm, pulling me back to the present. I smile, retrieving her crumpled math worksheet from the counter and tucking it into her backpack. The kitchen soon hums with activity, Sophie arguing with Noah over the last pancake, Ava sketching at the table, and Ethan double-checking everyone's lunches. We're a team, chaotic but synchronized, and as we pile into the car for the school run, I feel a quiet pride. They're my reason for everything. At work, the rhythmic hum of machinery in the factory where I'm a line supervisor offers a strange comfort. It's a world away from home's unpredictability, a place where I can lose myself in routine. My colleagues, good-hearted folks who've seen me juggle fatherhood and work for a decade, often tease me about my stamina. 5 kids, and you're still standing, Daniel. My coworker Mike says with a grin, shaking his head. They don't see the late-night laundry, the endless parent-teacher meetings, or the bedtime stories read until my voice grows hoarse. But every sacrifice is worth it when I see my kids' faces light up. One evening, as I sort through a pile of bills and school notices, a letter stops me cold. The handwriting is unmistakable, Claire's. My chest tightens as memories flood back. Her laughter, her temper, the night she left without explanation, leaving me to explain her absence to 5 confused children. What could she want now? I shove the letter into a drawer, unwilling to let it disrupt the fragile balance we've built. But the weight of it lingers, a shadow over my thoughts. The next day, my supervisor, James, calls me into his office. Daniel, you've been a rock here, he says, his tone warm but serious. We're offering you a promotion, senior supervisor. Better pay, more responsibility. My heart leaps, then sinks. The extra money could mean college funds, a better home, security for my kids. But it also means longer hours, less time with them. I think of Ethan's quiet strength, Lily's bedtime hugs, and the way Sophie's eyes sparkle when she talks about her art. Can I trade those moments for a paycheck? I thank James and promise to think it over, my mind a tangle of hope and doubt. That night, I sit with Ethan, who's taken on so much since Claire left. At 17, he's more than a son, he's my confidant, my co-pilot. The promotion means more money, but I'd be home less, I confess, watching his face. His brow furrows, but he nods. We'll make it work, Dad, he says, his voice steady despite the flicker of worry in his eyes. You've always done what's best for us. His words hit me hard, a reminder of the trust we've built. I squeeze his shoulder, gratitude swelling in my chest. Thanks, kid. I don't say it enough, but you're my rock. Unable to resist any longer, I retrieve Claire's letter from the drawer. My hands shake as I read her words. Daniel, I've changed. I want to be part of the kids' lives again. Please, let's talk. Anger surges, hot and sharp. She thinks she can waltz back after a decade of silence. I think of the nights Lily cried for her, the birthdays Claire missed, the weight I carried alone. But beneath the anger is a flicker of curiosity. What's driven her to reach out now? I set the letter aside, knowing I can't decide this alone. The kids deserve a say. At dinner, I try to keep things light, but Lily notices my distraction. "Dad, you're quiet tonight," she says, her fork pausing mid-bite. I force a smile, deflecting with a joke about Noah's latest prank at school. Their laughter fills the room, a balm to my churning thoughts. But I know I can't delay forever. Claire's letter is a ticking time bomb, and my kids deserve the truth. Over the next few days, I notice Ethan growing quieter, his gaze distant. The younger ones start asking questions. Sophie, always perceptive, catches me off guard one evening. "Dad, do you think Mom misses us?" she asks, her voice small. I falter, unsure how to answer. "I don't know, sweetheart," I say honestly. "But we've got each other, and that's enough." Her nod is hesitant, and I realize the time to address Claire's letter is now. On Saturday, I call a family meeting. The kids gather around the dining table, their faces a mix of curiosity and apprehension. I read Claire's letter aloud, my voice steady despite the storm inside me. Their reactions are immediate. Ethan's jaw tightens, Sophie's eyes narrow, and Lily's lip trembles. "Why now?" Ethan demands, his voice sharp. "She didn't care for 10 years. Noah and Ava exchange glances, while Lily asks, "Does she really want to see us?" I take a deep breath, choosing my words carefully. "This is your decision too. Nothing happens unless we all agree." The tension eases slightly, but the air remains heavy with uncertainty. As my new role at work ramps up, the demands pile on. Early mornings bleed into late nights, and I'm stretched thinner than ever. One afternoon, James pulls me aside. "You seem off, Daniel," he says, concern etching his face. "Everything okay?" I hesitate, then spill the truth: Claire's letter, the kids' mixed feelings, my own doubts. He listens quietly, then offers, "If you need time or resources, just say the word." His support is a lifeline, reminding me I'm not alone. Encouraged, I meet with a family lawyer to understand my rights if Claire pushes for custody. The attorney, a kind woman named Rachel, outlines my options with clarity. "You've been their sole caregiver for a decade," she says. "Any court would prioritize their stability." Her words ground me, but the kids' discovery of Claire's past adds a new layer of complexity. One evening, Ethan shows me his laptop, his face grim. "We found stuff about Mom online," he says. Social media posts and public records paint a troubling picture. Claire's life has been a whirlwind of instability, marked by failed relationships and financial struggles. "She's not who she says she is," Sophie adds, her voice laced with betrayal. My heart aches for them, forced to grow up too fast. The stress mounts, work deadlines, legal worries, and the kids' emotional turmoil weigh me down. I feel like I'm running a marathon with no finish line. Desperate for a break, I book a weekend at a lakeside cabin, hoping nature will soothe us. The trip is a gift. We fish, roast marshmallows, and laugh until our sides ache. Around the campfire, Lily snuggles against me, whispering, "This is perfect, Dad." For the first time in weeks, I breathe easier, reminded of what matters most. Back home, Claire calls. Her voice, once so familiar, now feels like a stranger's. "Daniel, I want to see the kids," she pleads. I'm firm. "We meet on my terms, in public, and only if they agree." She hesitates, then consents. The day of the meeting, we wait in a park, the kids' faces a mix of nerves and defiance. Claire arrives, older and frailer than I remember. She tries to explain her absence, but her words ring hollow. Ethan cuts in, his voice cold. "What do you want from us now?" Claire falters, mumbling about wanting to reconnect. I focus on the kids, shielding them from her vague promises. Afterward, they're shaken. "Why now, Dad?" Lily asks, her eyes searching mine. I pull her close. "I don't know, but we'll figure it out together." To protect them, I hire a private investigator, Mark, to dig deeper into Claire's life. His reports confirm my fears. She's drowning in debt and facing lawsuits. Her return isn't about love, it's about escape. The truth hurts, but it solidifies our resolve. At a family meeting, we agree to keep her at a distance, choosing the life we've built over her uncertain promises. One evening, I gather the kids around the dining table, my heart pounding. "I have something to show you," I say, unfolding documents I've kept secret for years. Every late night, every extra shift, it was for this. The papers detail a trust fund I've built, investments and savings to ensure their college dreams and a stable future. Their eyes widen, tears brimming as they realize the depth of my sacrifice. You did this for us. Ava whispers. I nod, my throat tight. I wanted you to have everything she took away. We embrace, the weight of a decade lifting in that moment. Life moves forward. Ethan graduates with honors, Sophie's art wins awards, Noah tries out for soccer, Ava writes poetry, and Lily dreams of becoming an astronaut. Their resilience is my greatest reward. Claire fades into the past, a chapter closed. Our story, though, is far from over. What would you do in my place? Would you let Claire back into your lives? Share your thoughts below, and if this story resonated with you, please like and follow for more. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Asterisk.